We have heard your plea, child of the earth, she said. But know this, the path you seek is fraught with peril, and the price of our assistance may be greater than what you can imagine.
Once upon a time, in a remote African village, shrouded in mystery and ancient traditions, there lived a couple named Amadi and Ulema. Ulema and her husband were known for their kindness, grace, and unwavering devotion to their community. Amadi and Ulema had been blessed with a love that grew deeper with each passing day. They have been unable to conceive a child of their own, despite their fervent prayers and efforts. Ulema had a friend named Ugochi. One day, Ugochi visited Ulema. Ulema, my friend, Ugochi said, I know you have been struggling with infertility for a while now, and I hate seeing you go through this pain. There is where I will take you, and there will be the end of your ordeal. Where could that be? Ulema asked. I have heard of a place deep down in the forest where the witches dwell. They are said to have powers beyond our understanding, and they might be able to help you, Ugochi continued. I don't know, Ugochi. It sounds risky. What if something goes wrong? Ulema asked her nervously. I will be by your side every step of the way, and together we will face whatever challenge that may come our way, Ugochi reassured her. Ulema hesitated, her mind filled with doubt and uncertainty. But deep down, she knew that she could not continue to suffer in silence, and the prospect of finding a solution was so tantalizing to ignore. And so, with Ugochi leading the way, Ulema embarked on a journey into the heart of the forest, her heart filled with hope and trepidation. When they arrived, they stood before three formidable figures, cloaked in darkness. These were the witches of the forest, known for their mystical powers. With trembling hands and voice filled with desperation, Ulema begged the witches for their aid. I came seeking for a child, she said. It has been 12 years. Still, I have never heard the cry of a baby in my house. Please, witches of the forest, help me, Ulema begged. The witches listened in silence, their faces shrouded in shadow as they pondered Ulema's plight. After what seemed like an eternity, the eldest of the three witches spoke, her voice echoing through the clearing like a soft breeze through the trees. We have heard your plea, child of the earth, she said. But know this, the path you seek is fraught with peril, and the price of our assistance may be greater than what you can imagine. Undeterred, Ulema nodded solemnly, her resolve unwavering in the face of uncertainty. With a steady gaze, she met the eyes of the witches, willing to do whatever it took to change her fate. The witches began their intricate dance of magic through incantation and ritual. In the end, Ulema was given 3 eggs. She was instructed to break them and to drink them raw once she stepped into her house. Ulema thanked them and they hurriedly left their presence. The witches' voices could be heard laughing in a loud voice. Ulema, on getting to her house, did all the witches instructed her to do, and as the weeks passed by, she felt a subtle shift within her, a sense of peace and vitality that she had never experienced in years. A warmth spread through her body, and she knew in her heart that miracle was about to unfold. Months passed, and Ulema's belly swelled with life. But as her due date approached, she began to notice strange occurrences around her. Shadows danced in the corners of her vision, and whispers echoed through the night, filling her with a sense of dread. On the night of the child's birth, a sinister energy filled the air. Ulema knew that something was terribly wrong. With a cry of anguish, she brought forth her newborn baby. But instead of the innocent face she had longed to see, she beheld a creature of darkness, a child born of the witch's twisted magic. Terrified and heartbroken, confessed to her husband Amadi where and how she got the child. Amadi, shocked by all he had heard, said to his wife, "Ulema, what have you done? You shouldn't have taken such a drastic step." Ulema, crying bitterly, replied, "I didn't know what else to do, my husband. I felt desperate and I thought it was for our own good. I just wanted to fix things and to make our lives better," she cried. Amadi, softening his tone, embraces Ulema. "I know, Ma'am, I know, but sometimes we have to be patient and trust that things will work out in the end without resorting to dark magic." Terrified and heartbroken, Ulema knew that she could not raise such a being. With tears streaming down her face, she entrusted the child to the care of the village elders, begging them to protect the villagers from the evil that now dwelled among them. The elders, wise in the ways of the world, knew that the child's presence posed a great threat to the village. With a heavy heart, they agreed to take the child in, vowing to keep her hidden from the world. Years passed, and the child, named Amara, grew into a young girl of unparalleled beauty and cunning intellect. But despite her outward appearance, darkness still lurked within her soul, waiting to be unleashed upon the world. One fateful night, as the villagers gathered around to celebrate the harvest moon, the witch child's true nature was finally revealed. With a loud cuddling scream, she unleashed her dark powers upon the village, wreaking havoc and destruction wherever she went. The village elders summoned the help of a powerful dibia named Obi. Obi, a guardian of the ancient traditions and keeper of the sacred knowledge passed down through tradition, stood as a beacon of light against the encroaching shadows, determined to protect the villagers from harm. With the force of good and evil locked in a deadly dance, the air crackled with energy as spells were cast and incantations uttered. Amara, filled by rage and desperation, conjured storms of fire and lightning, unleashing torrents of darkness upon the land. But Obi, drawing upon the wisdom of the ancestors and the strength of his spirit, countered each attack with a wave of healing energy and protective words. As the battle raged on, the very fabrics of reality trembled under the weight of their conflicting powers. Trees splintered, rivers boiled, and the earth itself seemed to groan in agony as the forces of light and darkness clashed in a titanic struggle for supremacy. But amidst the chaos and destruction, a glimmer of hope shone forth from the depth of Obi's soul. With a final surge of determination, he called upon the ancient spirits of the land, channeling their energy into a blinding burst of light that pierced the darkness and engulfed Amara. With a cry of anguish, Amara's powers were extinguished, and she fell to her knees, defeated and broken. In that moment of vulnerability, Obi approached her with compassion in his heart, offering her a chance at redemption and forgiveness. In the aftermath of the spiritual battle, as the dust settled and the echoes of magic faded into the night, Amara found herself standing before her parents once more, her heart heavy with remorse and longing for reconciliation. Tears streamed down Amara's cheek as she gazed into the eyes of her mother and father, who had feared the worst when their daughter had disappeared into the darkness. They embraced her with open arms, their hearts overflowing with love and a relief at her safe return. Together as a family united, they vowed to leave the past behind and to face the future with hope and gratitude. Amara, humbled by her experiences and strengthened by the bonds of love that had endured despite the darkness, embraced her role as a daughter, a sister, and a member of her community once more. Years later, Ulema and Amadi gave birth to 3 more beautiful children, and they all live happily ever after.